Podcasting from her kitchen table, it's Jacqueline J. Here with another episode of Cast Iron Skillet Chronicles, where we focus on faith, family, fun, and finance for my fierce, fly, and fabulous sisters over 40. Come on in the kitchen. Coffee's brewing. Pull up a chair, and girl, let's talk. Now, here is your host for Cast Iron Skillet Chronicles, Jacqueline J. Hey, come on in. Hey, Angie, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. Come on in the kitchen.
All right, girl, I'm ready. Thanks for having me.
So again, I thank you so very much for coming over. You know what? There was a member in our community last week that went through some, really serious, scary medical situations, and it really got me to thinking. It's like, oh my gosh, how can we better take care of ourselves? How can we make sure that, if we know something's wrong with us, how can we make sure that the medical folks actually take us seriously and listen to what it is we're saying?
Yes, definitely. That's definitely, that is our number one mantle or platform, is about being heard.
Mm-hmm.
We must be heard. We must articulate ourselves, and we must go forth, and I say powerfully, because this is our life.
Right.
Definitely.
Yeah. So
Definitely.
When you tell us a little bit about what you do and how you help people, because we've known each other for a couple of years, and you have written some amazing books on this particular topic. So how can we go about, well, a couple of things really. Number one, how do we go about recognizing when something is not right with us, number one? But then number two, going back to that question of when we know something is not right, how do we advocate for ourselves and get other people to listen to, or get the medical establishment to listen to us?
Right. Well, the number one thing is, it's to thy own self be true, right? That's the number one thing. And so don't put self-doubt in your mind because someone else is not believing you or adhering to.
Okay.
Because literally you can be talked out of what you know is wrong with you at the doctor, at urgent care, at ER, at any steps that you may be taking. Even having the ambulance and the paramedics there in your home. There are many times when they call the paramedics, and the paramedics go off without them and say, well, just make a doctor's appointment based on our assessment. Okay. There's not blood pressure, doesn't look anything. Maybe it's just like you needed to rest or you need to hydrate. That happens. I know you might think like it doesn't, but it does happen. Even to the point of you being impatient, right? You might be there for something, whatever it might be. That procedure that is done. But while you're there, you're like, something else is wrong. I want to see. And I'm sorry, based on our wonderful health insurance program, okay, we'll get you a referral. Listen, you are the golden child when you are impatient. Everything comes to the bedside. You have to think about it. Why would you want to discharge, wait for the referral, get an appointment at the other specialist, then try to make them believe now 2 or 3 weeks later, post-hospital, that something was drastically wrong with you? You're not going to believe it yourself, and it's happening, right?
Wow. Yeah.
So we have to,
because stuff goes away. Stuff could be happening right then, but then a couple of days or a couple of weeks later, it goes away, and they're like, oh, okay, so it was nothing,
Right.
And then you keep on going on with life, and then potentially could end up getting worse.
But let me tell you what happens. It doesn't necessarily go away. It's that you're not specifically clear about it. Okay. When it's happening, you didn't document it. You didn't write down, at this time, I was nauseous, I stopped eating, or I ate this, or after this medication. You didn't document it. So now when you go to present it to your PCP, your specialist, whoever, you're like, Well, it's sort of, you start turning to charades. Sounds like, could be small words. No, no, it's real. And, your healthcare is not charades, but think about it. When you're trying to explain something that happened a few weeks ago, it is like first word, small word. You don't mean to be like that, right? But that is the way you are relaying it. So imagine the doctor is listening to, did you sort of think that, or was it really that? And that is the way we get into medical errors, misdiagnosis, or MISSED, missed diagnosis, or even delayed diagnosis, because we are not clear. We are not clear with what we're saying, but we want someone to give us a clear diagnosis, a plan of care, and a treatment option based on charades.
Wow. So, but how, okay, you have this pain, or you have this something that's going on, and again, it may only last, say it lasts for a day, and you don't think to write it down. And then maybe a week later or 2 weeks later, either it comes back or it comes back worse. How do you know when it's time to actually either start writing stuff down, or how do you know when it gets to that point and it's not just, again, yes, we're getting older, so we're going to have, the aches and pains and things of that nature. How do you know when it rises to the level of, okay, I need to, really document this or do something about it?
Well, first of all, you don't want to get to the level of aches and pains, because then, it's a little serious. But, you could get up in the morning and just feel like, oh, a little lightheaded. So you're like, oh, I probably didn't eat enough last night, right? You might, right? You need to eat some breakfast or whatever it is. And maybe a week later, you get that same feeling. You need to call and make a PCP appointment. Whether you wrote, I felt lightheaded when I woke up. Okay, that's it. Because what happened? Maybe you need blood pressure medicine, or maybe your blood pressure medicine is too strong. And so when you wake up, your blood pressure is actually dropped too low. It could be something as simple as that. Okay. But, in our world, in our life, we're just busy. And we're thinking like, oh, I can always go to the doctor. I love WebMD and Google because, yes, they make the world go round. But, let's face it. Okay, I fixed many things based on YouTube and all of those stuff. Got many things done, and I'm excited. But you have to realize, for every action, there's a reaction, okay? And so the action is lightheadedness, and your reaction should be to get it verified. Get it verified. I know you got to call the doctor, then you got to pay for parking, then you got to get the copay, then you're sitting in the office looking at those pictures and those books that are like so boring, and then you get in the doctor's office, right, and they go like, so what are you in for today? And if you're not ready, they're like, okay, and you didn't even know that you didn't answer yet, right? You don't even realize, because you have the triage nurse, and then finally the physician comes in, right?
Right.
So we have to train ourselves. We have to train ourselves to be powerful patients. I say a powerful patient is not a bully, but they are positive, okay, prepared, persistent, passionate, and on purpose. Those are the things that you are. So when you go in, like when I moved and I changed physicians, I went to get a new doctor. Listen, I spent 2 or 3 people trying to give me some type of pain medicine for a pain I didn't have. I must want a refill, blood pressure medicine that I've never taken. It was ridiculous. It was on. So finally, what are you here for? I just want a physical. I just want to be checked. I had come to the age where it was time to get a colonoscopy, right? Yep. And colorectal cancer is like the number 3 cancer killer, but it has 98% cure rate. So if you get the colonoscopy and they find a polyp or whatever, 98% cure rate, right? But we're so busy. We don't want to drink this. We don't want that test. We're so embarrassed. Listen, I said this. You think looking up your butt one time is a problem? They looking up there every week. There you go, your problem. Ooh, one time every 10 years, you can handle it. You can do it. You're strong.
Yeah, just like the mammogram, same thing every year. It's like, It's like, okay. And then, but see, the thing is that then you get in there and they start squeezing you, and then they ask you if you're okay. It's like, okay, I'll be okay as soon as you stop squeezing you. I
Listen,
understand it's only for a
exactly.
few minutes a year, but still.
So that's what I'm saying. This is what happens. But when I went to the doctor, I had my little list. I said, listen, I'd like the girl test, all of them. Okay. And then I want the colonoscopy. And then I want blood work, not just the CBC. I want a Kim panel 1 and 2. That tells about your liver, it tells you everything. So the doctor's like, am I taking dictation? Exactly. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Exactly. I saw the look on her face, but it was okay for her to look like that because guess what? I got everything at one time.
There you go.
All right. And, my blood pressure was fine. I mean, come on, I got racial profiled in there because I'm a Black woman. I should be eating less. And I am doing that now. Okay. Based on my weight, based on being Black, I don't have no blood pressure or no cholesterol. What is wrong with you? Okay, that's basically how they just like, well, how are you not? I've never, I've always tried to treat my body well. I mean, I love bread and butter, but I know those pork ribs every day is not me. So, okay. But so you imagine after somebody sort of infers that, now you're thinking like, I'm not coming back here again. Oh, I'm going to come back here and you're going to treat me good. How about that? I'm going to come back here and you're going to treat me just fine. Because I've already put you on your heels to let you know I'm that patient. I'm powerful. So you are going to give me all of those tests. Now, I mean, she seemed pretty happy because she found something wrong with me. I was anemic. And she was just sort of like joyful. Oh my. Well, I'm going to put you on iron twice a day. She was so excited because all I gave her was like B12, B complex, vitamin C, Right. I guess I could tell her about medicine. And she wasn't having it. Okay, but now we have a great relationship, but she did not expect that from me. Okay, so whether you're taking whatever pills you're taking, listen, you need to bring them to the doctor because again, it's not charades. My blood pressure pill is an orange pill with a triangle. That's not a real blood pressure pill description, right? Yeah. You're taking something. So when you go in and you make the doctor know that my health is very important to me, guess what? Your health becomes very important to them. And that is our duty. And that's our responsibility. And that's our right. Exercise your right to have excellent health care because it is your responsibility, right? Yeah. Absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Wow, good stuff. I love that, especially that powerful part. You basically, they're working for you. So you go in and tell them what it is you want. Or
that's your medical team. Definitely. Right. Definitely. And guess what? If they are not up to standard, you're fired. There is someone else out there that wants to listen, your doctor, your primary care doctor, gets paid every month just in case you want an appointment. If you don't go for 3 or 4 months, they still got paid.
There you go.
I say, let's earn your money this month. Okay, I'm here. Get excited.
Yes, and deal with me.
Deal with me.
And all of my fabulousness and all of my questions and all of, yes.
Yeah, and all this
I think
rushing,
that's another thing too.
No, we're not going to be
afraid
rushing.
to ask questions.
Don't. You must, because actually, how can they give their expert opinion when you are really not conveying to them what is really happening in your body?
Right.
Because when you don't, let me tell you what happens, Jacqueline. It turns into mass diagnosing. What is that? Women your age, women who don't work, women who've never had children, women on this medication. Wow. All the patients I've seen this morning. Really? Were they named Angela? No? Was it Angela McGowan? No.
Thank you.
Oh, well then, I'm sorry. I'm not interested in what happened on the calendar before I got in here.
Right.
Okay. So be an individual and express yourself as if you're their only patient, because at that moment, you absolutely are. You are the most important person in that room. You're the patient.
There you go. Wow. Excellent. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. So excellent. Thank you so very much. This is like So helpful, I'm sure. And I hope someone, I hope the folks out there actually take heed to what it is that you're saying. And like I said, like you said, advocate for themselves, ask questions, make sure that they are the most important person when it comes to their health care, whatever it happens to be. And if you're not feeling